Hey guys, what's going on? It's King Clutch here, and today guys, we're back in the NBA 2K20. I hope you all having a great day and everything's going well for you guys. What we're going to be doing today's video is I'm going to be showing you guys how you can create Luka Doncic. Now this guy, he's great. Obviously, like, you know, he's in the MVP running behind James Harden. Like, I don't necessarily, not even behind James Harden, Giannis, LeBron, and him. It was between like the four of them for the MVP voting, and it's, you know, he's just going off. The NBA is in great hands with him, guys. Like, I feel like between him, Giannis, you know, we got like so many good players coming up, like Devin Booker, like so many good young players that are going to be great in 5 to 6 years and leading the league. Like, it's just amazing to see that. But regardless, guys, we're going to make this build a shooting guard, left-handed or right-handed. It doesn't really matter. Jersey number 77, that is his jersey number, so I just went with that. Now, when it comes to the physical profile for this Luka build, guys, I feel like there's two you can pick from, and I'm going to quickly explain the two and then explain why I'm picking one. So one you can do is, I would say, would be shooting and finishing. Now, when it comes to his legitimate build, I'm pretty sure he has Hall of Fame shooting and Hall of Fame playmaking badge. But my thing is with going with this is you're going to be making this build taller. The guy is 6'7", so by making this taller, like 6'6" or 6'7", depending on what you do with the height, you're going to lower your ball handle anyways. I feel like you're better off going finishing and shooting, because this way you're still getting a decent ball handle. Like, look at your ball handle here is a 79, and down here your ball handle is an 84. That's a difference of 5 ball handle, and then this way you can still get contact dunk animations depending on what you do with the height. So I feel like going this way is better off for a long-term build, so we're going to go with the finishing and the shooting pie chart. When it comes to the physical profile, like, I feel like there's one that defines him, and it'd be the straight balance pie chart. My thing is, when I build players, genuinely, if it is a guard or a wing, I usually never ever pick this pie chart, just because it's usually not what represents them. But when it comes to a Luka build, this is what represents him. He is not the most athletic guy out on that court when he goes out there. He just isn't. He is straight up just not the most athletic guy, but he knows what he's doing. Smart when it comes to like reading passing lanes and knowing offense and things like that. He's just a sound player. He's very fundamental, but he's great. Great reads. He takes good high percentage shots and does things like that. He does everything right. That's what he should be doing. So I'm going to go balanced. I feel like that's what represents him. He's not like the quickest guy out there. He can't jump the highest. You know, he's not the strongest either. He's just an overall, he's pretty well-rounded. And it almost looks like he needs to hit the weight room compared to some of the other guys. But he's able to play with the way that his body looks like. I'm going to go with the balanced pie chart for this build. When it comes to the potential, what I'm going to do, we're going to max out this close shot, our driving layup, and our driving dunk. Now I'm going to also take this close shot down to an 89 to give us 14 finishing. We're going to max out these shooting stats here, all of them, obviously. This is generally what I like to do. I want to max out this pass accuracy and this ball handle as well. So it's going to give us 12, and then what you can do is lower this pass accuracy to an 80 if you'd like. I'm just going to leave it at an 81 for now. We're going to upgrade our perimeter D, our lateral quickness, our steal, and then our defensive rebound. Now, what else I'm going to do is I'm going to take this offensive rebound here up to a 34. That'll give me 6 defensive badges, and then I'm going to add into these post moves because I want to get a few more playmaking badges. So you can actually take this back down to a 55 and still get those 14. And with these last 6 points, you can go ahead and add these really wherever you'd like in any of these categories. I'm just going to throw them on offensive rebound again, but you can put them realistically wherever. I checked around and it doesn't make a difference. Badge-wise, I wasn't able to find one that you got more badges with, but this is what I would do for these attributes, and this is going to give you 14 finishing, 21 shooting, 14 playmaking, and 6 defensive badges. So this is a pretty good overall well-rounded build. Be 55 badges total for this build. So that's what I had for these attributes, guys. And now for the body shape, again for him, what I would feel like would define him would be solid. I feel like solid is the body shape that defines him. I'm going to go with that, but you don't need to. You could go with whatever you'd like. This really doesn't have too much of a difference on what you end up with your final product for your build. Luka is listed as 6'7", so that's up all the way up here. 6'7", which is the highest height you can make for a shooting guard. I'm not going to make this build 6'7", I'm going to make it 6'6". The reason being is because when you make the build 6'7", you got to get a +6 of your driving dunk to get your contact dunks. And I feel like you're going to want contact dunks with this build. Obviously, contact dunks don't necessarily define Luka completely. It's not like he's postering everybody all the time. But I feel like with this build, you're going to want it for park gameplay and things like that. And it makes it a better overall build, and it also doesn't hurt your ball handle as bad. And you want to be able to dribble with this build and create your own shot. So I'm going to go 6'6", just for the fact that we'll be able to get our driving dunk to an 85 to get those contact dunks quicker. You can easily go 6'7", but I'm just going to go 6'6" for this build so we can get those contact dunks. His weight listed online was like 230. I'm not going to go that high though. What I'm going to do is go with 213, because if you go any higher, you lower your excel. And like, you could go down a little bit lower, but me personally, I feel like it doesn't make too much of a difference. You even could go 205 if you want to get your 1+ to excel in your vertical. I'm going to go 213 because that boosts our strength by 1. Like, that's a good overall weight. You can go higher or lower, but for this one, I really don't think it makes too much of a difference. I say anywhere in like a good range of like from 200 to 230 would be a good range for your weight. For the wingspan, I couldn't find his wingspan online, and I don't feel like he's got like really short arms or really long arms either. So realistically, if you want, I guess you could almost minimize it if you want to work on shooting, but what I'm going to do is just take it down to 80.9. So this gives us a 1+ to our mid-range, our 3-point, and our ball handle, and our steal only goes down by 1. Our strength also goes up by 1, and I feel like that is a good average spot for your wings. Realistically, leave it in the middle too. I wouldn't go higher. I don't want to take any more hit on our shooting stats, but I'm just going to go with the 80.9, but leaving it in the middle is a good way, or going down 1 or down 2. Either way would work well for this build, but we're just going to go with the 80.9. Now, when it comes to the takeover, I feel like all these are great takeovers for him. I feel like slashing is the one that doesn't represent him. Realistically, if you're going to grind this build and you want to make a cheesy player, I would go slashing takeover just because it's OP. Once you get your contact dunks with this build and you're able to shoot from anywhere, as well as get contact dunk animations, you're going to be like unstoppable. You're slashing takeover, you'll get even more contact dunks, you'll be quick, you'll be fast, and you can dribble and shoot. And you're also bigger than most guards. So overall, that's a pretty OP takeover. But realistically, when I'm thinking of Luka, I would say he'd either be spot-up shooter, playmaking, or shot creating. And between these three, I would say the top 2 would be playmaking or shot creating. I'm going to go shot creating because that's what I feel like represents him. You could make an argument for playmaking or spot-up shooter even. Playmaking is probably the one I would say that would be the second most. In between shot creating and playmaking, either one is good. This more comes to how you want to play and your play style, but I'm going to go shot creating takeover. For the build, we are going to get a 3-level scorer that's similar to Ray Allen, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Luka Doncic. Now, I know it says Ray Allen and Shai, but I don't really think it is similar to Ray Allen. To be 100% honest, I would say this is very similar to Luka. Overall, it's a great build. The 3-level scorer, these are good if you know how to play with them, build them right. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the badges I would throw on this build. For these 6 defensive badges, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Intimidator on silver. I'm going to put Clamps on bronze. I'm going to put Interceptor on here on bronze. I'm going to put Pick Dodger and Pickpocket both on bronze. And you're like, why do you have so many bronze badges? Again, guys, these are just some ideas of badges you can try out for the bronze ones. I would say you're going to want to use Intimidator, and I would try messing around with Interceptor, Pick Dodger, Pickpocket, and Clamps. And it depends, a lot of those two depend on who you're playing with and how you're playing. Like if you're like your guard, you're probably going to want Pick Dodger because you're going to be getting screened a lot. But if you're guarding, you know, the 2, you're probably not going to want Pick Dodger if you're not getting screened as much. So that's some other ideas. Interceptor's a good badge to use, and Clamps would be the ones I would use, and then Pickpocket and Pick Dodger would be the ones that you could switch on or off depending on how you want to play. But Interceptor would be good so you can pick off the balls in the passing lane, and Clamps so you can help play perimeter D. Playmaking badges, guys, I'm going to put Handles for Days on gold. I feel like that is a great badge to have. You're going to want it, especially with a build you're going to be dribbling with and trying to create your own shot. That's a badge you're going to want to have so you don't lose your stamina. Quick first step, again, to, you know, be able to be quicker out of your steps, things like that. Luka should have that badge. Also Space Creator, because you want to be able to create space when you're doing step back 2s or 3s. You want to, and that can also, you know, you can take a step back and dribble out of a step back and go for a drop. I'm going to do is I'm going to put Bailout on bronze. Again, Bailout's a badge I like having. I feel like it is a good badge to have. It helps you, you know, pass out a layup and dunk attempt. So that's a great badge to use overall. I'm going to put Downhill on bronze just because I feel like Luka, he's not extremely fast, but I feel like he can get it going when he's in transition. So we're going to throw that on there. Now I'm also going to put Stop and Go on bronze and Unpluckable on bronze. Stop and Go up to silver. But again, you could possibly put on Tight Handles if you'd like. Those are just some other suggestions of some good playmaking badges you could try. But Handles for Days, Quick First Step, Space Creator, and Bailout are ones I would use regardless. Now when it comes to these finishing badges, I'm going to put Contact Finisher on Hall of Fame. That's a no-brainer. Obviously, you are going to want this badge. Put it on high as you can so you can get those good contact dunks. I'm going to put Fancy Footwork on silver. Actually, I'll throw it up to gold. Now, obviously, Luka should have this. You know, he's European, so you can do Euro steps, hop steps, and how overpowered those are this year. That's a great badge to have. I'm also going to put Acrobat on silver. Luka can definitely do some fancy layups. It's not like the jelly stuff is what he's known for, but you can definitely throw that on there and help make your layups. Now, I'm going to put Giant Slayer on silver, Relentless on silver. Now, actually, what you can do is leave that on bronze and then put Slithery and Consistent both on bronze if you want to use all of them. Or you could even take Giant Slayer down and put Relentless up. Finishing badges, I would say you can use on this Luka Doncic build guide. When it comes to these shooting badges, I'm going to put Quick Draw on silver. Again, that's just the level I like it at. And again, you can put it wherever you like. We're going to leave it there on silver, though. Now, I'm going to put Range Extender on Hall of Fame. Again, every build that I make, you will usually want to put Range Extender as high as you can because it helps space the floor out. I say that every single time. By being able to space the floor, you can be a better asset for your team and play a little bit better. I want to put Difficult Shots on silver. You can go higher with this. Some people claim Difficult Shots doesn't work all the way up to Hall of Fame. Some people say it works better on silver. Put it higher if you would like. That comes down to personal preference. We're going to leave it there. Now, I'm also going to put Deadeye on gold. Again, whatever you'd like to put it on is a good level, but I feel like Deadeye would be a badge you're going to want to use. I'm going to put catch and shoot and corner both on bronze. Again, these badges, just in case you're not dribbling the ball, catch and shoot's a good badge to have. Should help produce, better shots after the catch and corner. Shooting from the corner. I noticed a huge difference between having this and a build that can't shoot and then adding it up to bronze, you're able to green a lot more consistent. Now, with an actual Luka build, you could claim, oh, he needs clutch shooter because he can shoot in the clutch. I'm not going to put this on here. If you play rec, you could probably throw it on there, see how it works for you, and use it. But I'm just not going to touch it. That's a badge you could use. I'm going to put Hot Zone Hunter on gold. I feel like Hot Zone Hunter is a badge you're going to want to use, and if you don't have your hot zones, don't use this badge. But I'm going to put it there just for sakes that you have it. Now, I'm also going to put Green Machine on gold. I feel like that's another badge you'd like to use. You can help, consistently green your shot. I feel like you could make a case for deep fades if you're going to be shooting fades with this build, especially if you're running this build as your primary guard on your park for your threes, because you're 6'6", most guards are 6'5" or 6'4", so that way you're still an inch taller than them. That should help you create even more space by having that badge. You can make an argument for that. Now, I know Luka doesn't take like a bunch of shot attempts, but I'm going to put volume shooter on here because I feel like with this build, you're going to be shooting kind of a lot. You could throw that on there, but I feel like for a Luka build, you could argue even like hot star, slippery off ball, things like that. I'm just going to use volume shooter, but these are some shooting badges you could use for this Luka Doncic build, guys. But if you guys want to see any more NBA players, please subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing a lot more of these player builds. Anyways, guys, it's been King Clutch here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Anyways, have a great rest of your day, and peace out, guys. Thanks.